Hi everybody, have you ever wondered how high you should be hitting the ball over the net? I'm Mike Manzella from Off Court Tennis, and today we want to talk about A, measuring the type of windows that you can be using over the net, and B, when to be using a window that's maybe lower, more medium over the net, or higher based on your defensive, neutral, or offensive positioning in the court. So the first thing we do to give you a reference of using your windows is a very simple measurement, is just to use roughly a racket's length. So if you could imagine that between the space between the butt of my racket and the tip of my racket would be one window, we're going to call this, for the sake of the visualization, window 1. Then if we stack another racket on top of that, that would be window 2. Because I'm vertically challenged, I'd love to be able to show you window 3 and window 4, but I think you get the drift. So essentially those are the windows. Window 1, window 2, window 3, and then window 4. So the next step is to really discuss why do we want to understand our windows, and when do we want to be using our windows. So for example, if I'm inside the court and I'm attacking and driving the ball, I certainly don't want to be using window 3 or window 4. There's just simply no way I'll be able to get the ball down in the court in time with the court being shorter. If I'm in a more neutral situation where I'm no longer offensive or defensive, then typically based on your playing style, you're going to be using mostly windows 2 and some of window 3. Lastly, if I'm playing more defensive tennis, I want to be using upper window of 3 and even window 4. This allows me the most amount of time to create recovery so that I'm in position for the incoming next ball. It also allows me, when I'm in a difficult situation, to create more depth and hopefully neutralize the point by keeping the ball deep and pushing my opponent back. Okay, so the first scenario, we're going to talk about being on offense. And again, going back to earlier in the video, we want to be using window 1. All right, so again, the purpose of this is, typically speaking, when I'm on offense, I'm generally inside the court. The court becomes shorter. I'm also hitting the ball bigger and harder to take more time away from my opponent. So it's extremely important that that ball stays in a lower window over the net. Otherwise, I'm going to miss long. So here's what that looks like. Okay, so next is going to be our neutral positioning when I'm using window 2, maybe window 3. Again, some of this is going to depend on the type of player you are. If you're someone who likes to hit the ball high and a little bit higher and heavier, maybe more like a Nadal, as opposed to someone that hits the ball very flat, like a Del Potro, okay, there's going to be some variance in between the type of windows you're going to be using. So you're going to notice before I start the point that when I hit this next shot, my positioning is not going to be inside the court. I'm going to be behind the court a foot or two. My weight is going to be generally neutral. I'm not getting pushed back. I don't also have the ability to move forward. So this is what we would categorize as a neutral situation. Again, pay notice to exactly where the ball crosses the net. You're going to be looking into window 2, window 3. Let's give it a try. Okay, last, our third position when we're playing defense. This is a situation, generally speaking, when we are in trouble. We're either scrambling off the court, we may be getting pushed way back. We need to buy time. Time is of the essence. So in doing so, what you want to do is aim for a higher window. Window 3, upper of window 3, even window 4. What this is going to do is not only going to help me maximize the potential depth that I'm creating off of my ball, but because it's suspended in the air longer, it is also going to give me more time to recover and reposition myself into the rally. Here's what that looks like. All right, so you can see there I was in a bit of trouble playing the backhand. I was only really able to get the racket on it, so I had to be sure that I was using a higher window to buy some time to hopefully create some depth that also allows me to recover. So here's a really simple and easy drill that you could do to make sure that you are identifying the height over the net that you should be using based on the situation that you're in. If you're in a defensive situation, if you're in a neutral or offensive situation, as well as actually working on the skill of placing the ball at the right window that you're looking to hit it in. Okay, so simply what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be hitting with Jacob. We're just going to be rallying, okay, and I'm going to call out my position, whether I'm neutral, defensive, or offensive, and I'm going to identify the window that I want to use based on the position that I'm in. Okay, so here's how that's going to look. Okay, neutral. Again, neutral. Defense. Neutral. Offense. Offense. There we go. Defense. All right, so this is a super effective drill, not only for a great cardio workout, but to start making the association and the recognition between the position that you're in, defensive, neutral, or offensive, and then correlating that with the windows, with the appropriate windows that you want to be using. Give that a try, have some fun with it. Again, Mike Manzella from Off Court Tennis. Hope you enjoyed. Smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe.